Viejos here. Ta-da! Hello, everyone. Welcome to Mental Health Matters. Ooh, so close. I almost said the other words. So, anyway, hi. For those of you who don't know, welcome to my living room here at a Great Start Shooting School. So, why are we here? Y'all know why. 2 out of every 3 gun deaths we hear about are suicides. If we want to save lives, we have to talk about mental health. Because not only can we save the lives of those who choose to take them with a firearm, but we can also help all the rest of the people who are considering that the world is a better place without them and tell them that that's a big fat lie and it is not true. And so here we go. So tonight I do have DJ on my, I don't know how to say that, in the background. Just like words are hard. And gosh, it's been a minute. Happy belated 4th of July. There was a little short video that I recorded for you guys, and I think that one actually played the way it was supposed to, or maybe not. And then I know last week's that I had pre-recorded for you, G23, I see you out there, it was over an hour. It's like almost an hour and 20 minutes, maybe. I don't remember off the top of my head. But that one failed completely and totally. So DJ's like, are you going to try to rerun that? I'm like, no, must first make apologies to everybody for the last week, possibly 2, because I really don't remember what happened on the 4th of July. But I can tell you last week when it was supposed to play, I was out like a light. Get y'all caught up. Where have I been for the past 2 weeks? Well, 4th of July started the Great Start Shooting School's vacation time. I was open and taught on the 4th. I think so, in the morning. Yes, I had 1 student, 4th of July. What a great way to spend the 4th. Then started time with the family on Sunday, preparing, for a couple days in Arizona, where I got to hang out with Dean Graziosi, Igor Pagani, and the Amplify team from AI Mastery, which is a course I've been taking since December. It was a 6-month course on how to learn about AI stuff. And then flew home Friday, started the trip around 6 p.m. Arizona time, and then finished the trip around, no, it was late, 2 o'clock on Saturday Eastern time the next day. So that was interesting, because then Saturday night, when my recorded thing failed, but I will get it back up, I will, but I wanted to at least see you guys live and in person one more time. But so Saturday, when I didn't see you all and the pre-record failed, I was sleeping because I'd been traveling for the previous, I forget, 20 hours or whatever. And then Sunday, woke up to Nadia's graduation party and had Nadia's graduation party on Sunday. And then we left for vacation on Monday. So, and we just got back today. So it's been a crazy 2 weeks. So I hope y'all will forgive me for messing up. It used to be suicide prevention Saturday, except when things don't go according to plan. And so I'm going to go with last week was not so much according to plan. Oh, yes. And on the setup when DJ was here, I told him I'm not moving, and he thought that I had a problem with my neck. But it's just if I go this way, y'all get blown out by the light over there. So I'm going to try to stay here, and I guess my shoulder up will help a little bit. So it's not just blowing out, because, work with what we got. And I think this is the first time using this computer for this project. So anywho, good evening all. I had to just try to throw up a whole bunch of stuff on you real quick, let you know what is up with everyone. I think I've even texted a few of y'all because Chris, how are you doing, my friend? And then G23, and then Tara. And try to remember, by all means, throw up your Sunday link for getting to watch you play. And then Mike, I'm so bummed. So Mike and Bloodhound Aubrey enjoying life finding lost dogs for their owners. Mike had texted me earlier today, I think. Or it might have been yesterday. It seems a lot of life is like squishing together. I talked to somebody else about I feel as though there's a time dilation where everything is going faster and faster all the time. But Mike texted me a picture of a dog they just found that had been missing for a week and a half, I think, before they found him. But yeah, so Mike has Aubrey, who is a bloodhound, which it says, who is trained to find other dogs. And so he's been working with basically search and rescue for lost pets, is what I would call it. He might call it something else, but that's what I got it as. So G23, when I get this tech issue fixed, I will absolutely get up the hour plus long interview that I have with Clint, and I'm looking forward to that. I don't know yet if I'm going to do that next week or the following, because right now I'm trying to come back because literally been traveling left, right, upside down, left of center, right of center, all over the place for the past 2 weeks. And tomorrow is my first day home in like 14, 15, 16 days. And so I'm hoping Monday hit the ground running, and next week it will either be live or the recording. Get Clint up here and running because it is a very cool thing. So I just need to work on all of my stuff. And G23 tells me it doesn't count. This is live and over 2 hours. Okay. Well, dude, at least I'm trying. Yeah, just understand you can't make everyone happy ever. So why bother trying? I don't know, because it's entertaining. But I thought you'd be thrilled that it's over an hour. And to be fair, it is 2 pieces that are spliced together because the batteries died during the first interview. And we're not even sure how long that would have been had the batteries not died. But it's also, sorry, one of those things where I could always bring him on again and we could talk about anything you want. So, yeah, if we ever want to do a live and have it over 2 hours, I think we have to at least have a playlist. Like, y'all have different questions you have to ask. That sort of day. Oh, there you go. So, Mikey. Yeah, so the little dog they found, because I think it was, I want to say it was a min pin, but I just changed phones. So that's why I don't even know which one the picture is on. And then there is everyone's favorite Gizzard Gary. And you don't have to. You choose to. That is the whole point of these things. You get to choose. So anyway, all right. So what have I been doing? Well, I gave you the high level. I got to travel. I got to hang out with my family. What else do I have going on? The AI Advantage was very cool. It was for a small group of us in the mastery class and coaching. And I forgot what the third portion of all of that was, but there were 3 small groups that came together in Arizona. Yeah. I'm like trying not to sleep, I promise. So what we did was go over how to use AI effectively, mindset shifts, and how people have been using it. And there were multiple different speakers, and they kind of all came at it from a different point. Some of it was just not inspirational, but like how to do stuff, run a business, run social media, build playbooks was Rachel Wood's things. And there were a couple other things, but Dean Grazios is really cool. Igor Pagani is also really cool. He has his own YouTube channel, all of those things. And yours truly, I was actually up on stage. So that was kind of cool. And it was fun to hang out with a bunch of people who we'd only met online. I did try to talk G Webs into doing it with me. However, he already had a trip planned, so it did not work out, but I did try. So, and then come home for my daughter's graduation party. So that was super important. And there's a whole story in and of that, because we had, my husband and I kind of had the guest list, we had the catering all set, but there were still lots of things to be done. And we were both away for the week leading up to the party. And so there was a lot of planning that had to go into that, where Max and Nadia took care of tons of stuff. So super proud of them. However, you cannot plan for all of the things that go wrong. So here I am in Arizona. I hop in my taxi and I'm on my way to the airport coming home. And it's on Friday because I'm like, I'm going to book my flight on Friday so that if anything goes wrong, any weather, any of those things, that I will have time to make up the difference. Yeah, my flight left at 8:30. It was only about half an hour from the airport. So we're like, if I leave at 6, get there at 6:30, I have my full 2 hours, even though it's a local flight, not an international, more than enough time. Well, don't you know? I'm in the car, we're in the taxi, Uber, getting to the airport. And as we're pulling into the airport, like we're on the off ramp to the airport, it occurs to me that my IDs, my driver's license and my passport, and a credit card are all sitting not in my pocket, not in my pocketbook. No, they're sitting in the safe in the hotel room. So all of a sudden, realization before I get out of the Uber, I'm like, so I just realized all my stuff is back at the hotel. Uber driver's like, sorry, I have another fare. You gotta go. So now I have to hop out of my Uber, go through the airport, go back downstairs to where they have the outgoing taxis, go find myself another taxi, and head off back to the hotel. Now, it's going to be another half hour there, another half hour back. So my lead time of 2 hours is getting squished just a little bit. And so now I call the hotel. I'm like, hey, I opened the safe. I left the door open and I forgot to actually take my stuff out. So I'm like, can y'all just grab it so it's at the front desk when I come back? And so hotel took care of that. The taxi driver was like, okay, don't worry, we got you. You'll be fine. Well, now I go onto my little app on my phone and I check in. I'd already checked in to my 8:30 flight, except now in the taxi on the way back to the hotel is taken care of because they're going to go grab my stuff out of the room, so that'll save me a little time once I get there. I log into the app and it says my flight has been moved. It's not leaving until after midnight. So, okay, extra time. Problem is, I scroll to my next flight, the connecting flight, and you know what that says? My connecting flight leaves at 11:15. But my original flight doesn't leave until about 12:45. I'm like, short of time, actual bending and stuff, it's just not going to work. So now, in addition to the stress that I was already having over the fact that I left my stuff behind and I had to turn around and I didn't have time, now the flight I have is not going to connect in time. So I'm not quite sure what to do. So what do I do? Well, by this time we get to the hotel lobby. I run inside. They have my stuff waiting for me. I come back out. My taxi driver, who is waiting for me, because he will wait for me, is out looking over the bridge, looking at the river. I'm like, dude, what are you doing? I whistle for him. I'm like, come on, let's go. He's like, oh, I thought I had to go to a room and take longer. I'm like, dude, I told you, in and out, efficiency. Here we go. So now I have no connecting flight. Don't know how I'm going to get home. I did plan for a Friday departure so that I could then, if there was anything going wrong. So the idea that I had all these little things going wrong, like, okay. So I called American Express. I'm like, hey, how do I get from Phoenix, Arizona back to Connecticut? Honestly, they had no idea. So, long story, not that short. Get to back to Southwest, ask them how they're going to fix this. And they said to me, oh, here, we're going to send you to Miami instead of Colorado. And now you only have one flight change versus two, and you're going to get in sooner. So I'm all relieved. I'm like, yay, I call Sean. I'm going to be in sooner. No, I looked. I was getting to Miami at the time that I should have been getting to Connecticut. So good news is started at 6 p.m. on Friday night. Got home by 1 p.m. on Saturday afternoon. So I did get home in time for the party. So with all of that, Mr. DJ, I've gone on and on and on. And now it is your turn to say hi to everyone for me because, that's kind of what you do. So, are you ready?
I am.
Okay.
What a tale. Oh my. Like, airport hassles are some of the worst, most stressful hassles. There you are outside of your home, your state, your region. You're in the middle of the desert and the planes are and IDs and hotels. Wow, I'm glad that you were back and still smiling about it all. That was quite a challenge.
Oh, dude, it's like when you're like, what are we going to talk about? I'm like, dude, I got plenty to catch up on.
And I had no idea what was coming. And things like the benchmark event for your daughter, for your family of graduation, I had forgotten that was on the calendar even.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
all the things that went into that before you left and the time away compounding it. That's great. But you said that you were able to rely on both of the kids and things went well. Like, what a
Yes.
great report to have for that. I was hoping that there wasn't going to be some further tragedy, honestly.
No. It's like, but it was just like, it's so crazy. So I'm like, originally the idea was, yeah, so many of these things made this last 2 weeks crazy. I mean, the Arizona event, the dates on it had actually changed 3 times. And so it's just like, because they changed it a second time. And so, well, that's when we scheduled Nadia's graduation party. And then when they changed it the third time and it became the week of, yeah, it's just like, okay, well, we're going to roll with it, see what happens. And yeah, just the roll with it is the goal, man. Just roll with it always.
Well, I'm glad it rolled your way and that you were able to spend time in a new place with some stimulating environments and good times that you're able to bring back home. That's rad.
Awesome.
Right on. Well, tonight we are joined by Chris Bulldog. Chasing Ghost is out there. So is G23 Reviews, but you knew that, right? Mike Ballinger is in the room. So is Taryn Gomez. Viejo 2A is out there. Gizzard Gary has joined us. So is the Krabby Turtle and Abigail Sorsha Finnegan. Let's see. Jamie JH586 just dropping into the chat right now and saying, hey, y'all. And that's your roll call.
Okie dokies. So yeah. Yeah, so many things. And that was just like the things that happened at the conference were crazy. Like ran some of my friends that I knew from before, different environment, got called up on stage on day 3. It was so much fun, and it was just so much all at once. And then to come home, have that travel story, and then poof, the next day was the actual graduation party. Then Monday, hop in the car and drive down the beach for family time, and just landing now today. Got back here, and I don't even know what time we got back here. But it's just like, life does not go according to plan ever for anyone whatsoever. From time to time, there's little pieces and parts, but in general, oh my goodness, Jamie Jamie doesn't even know. Jamie got late, but it's been a tough week. Well, I'm sorry it's been a tough week for you, Jamie. It's it's why we're all here together to know that we too shall get through this. So,
So was it
uh,
hot enough in the desert, or did you walk fire again?
oh my gosh, insane. So I landed on what day did I land on? Tuesday? Tuesday. 115 degrees
Wow.
when I landed.
I,
115. Yeah.
it's been decades since I've been in an environment that hot.
Yeah. It's crazy. And because at these events too, like they want to keep you awake. So they have the AC cranked down. So you're in like a 60-degree room and then you go outside, it's like popping into a sauna. And then you go back into the ice cube and then you go out to the sauna and into the ice cube and out to the sauna. It's just the funniest juxtaposition ever because it's just like, okay, I'm literally cold. Like if you were to touch my hands or my cheeks, I'm like, yep, actually cold from being in the air conditioning. And then you go outside, she's like, okay, actually gonna melt now for real. It's crazy, and it's funny because out there, here they'll say, oh, heat index, and it's 85, feels like 95. Out there, it's like 110, but it feels like 91. Just like
Yeah.
maybe not. It feels stinking hot. That's what it feels like.
So not
So
walking on hot coals, but you did have to deal with fire and ice.
yes, very much so. And the first day I went out to the pool, and that was lovely. But it is kind of funny because the pools are literally they're not cold and refreshing, but they're not warm. Um, it's just very odd. But there's birds everywhere. There's doves like crazy. Um, it, it's interesting. Now, Viejo, for real, it's just a dry heat. You barely notice the dry heat. But yeah, I don't know. I'm thinking 115 may be the hottest I've ever been. One of my girlfriends, Cheryl Todd, she lives out there. And I'm like, girlfriend, I don't have time to visit you, but I had to say hi because I'm in your state. She's like, what made you come to the face of the sun?
Yeah.
So it's just like, yeah, it's a little toasty out here. But yeah, I literally was basically in a hotel for 4 days straight. So that's always a weird adventure because didn't have to go anywhere. We were fed in the building. Didn't get a rental car or anything. The only time I was on the road was to and from the airport. So
And airports and hotels are kind of liminal spaces in a lot of ways, so that contributes to the otherworldliness of being away from your typical environment. So another
yeah,
challenge, but look at you smiling about it and having good things to report. You're out at the pool and you're noticing the birds because the water is a little weird as well, sort of things. So you stay grounded and you got things done. Good job.
yeah, it was good. Um, and what else? I don't know. One of the guys there, he's like, after I came off the stage, he's like, you're going to change millions of lives. And that
Oh,
statement, yeah, that statement stuck with me for sure.
well, you said you were called to the stage, but you didn't say for what or what you did when you were on stage. Can you tell us?
Sure. So, let's see. The way the events work is that they ask for student participation. Um, and one of the things they have you do is you scan a QR code at the beginning of the day, and they're like, ask a question. And so each day I submitted a question. And on day 3, they chose my question. And my question was basically, um, in a room full of achievers who are always doing so many things, what advice do you have for those of us dealing with overwhelm? And that was a question that I got called up for. And it's called a hot seat. And Dean's like, all right, Brooke Cheney. And this is another story because it was right after lunch and I was by day 3, oof, I was dragging. I was dragging hard because got there on Tuesday, still on East Coast time. So I woke up at like 3 a.m. Arizona time, and then didn't go to bed till 9 o'clock Arizona time. And then Wednesday woke up at 3:30 a.m. Arizona time. Didn't go bed till 10 o'clock Arizona time. Now here we are, the final day. I still woke up. I slept in a little bit. I slept until 4 a.m. But by lunchtime, I went back to my hotel room and I took a nap. I have this really cool on my playlist on YouTube. I have a 20-minute reset meditation thing, and it's like it went off, and I knew it was time to go back to the room. I'm lying there in my bed. I'm like, do I really need to go? It's just an afternoon. There's going to be a replay. I know I can just get it later. But I'm like, oh, all right, just get up, just go. And now I knew I had already missed like the coming in and sitting down. So I was going to get, I don't know what kind of seat I was going to get. But like, I literally walk into the room. I'm looking to the edges of the room because that's where there's some free seats. I hadn't even got to put my stuff down. And I hear, all right, let's get Brooke Cheney up here to the stage.
Oh, wow.
And I'm just like, oh my gosh, this close to not being there for that. So if you're ever tired, don't feel like doing something, might I suggest you go do it anyway?
No doubt. So did you carry your things up to the stage and set them down? And
well, it's so funny because I was just watching the replay because they just released the replay of the conference. And I think I said, oh my God, or something like that out loud because Dean was up on the stage. He's like, I heard that, or, that's so great. So I just put my stuff down and I just kept walking. But it was funny. So he's like, all right, here's the thing. And like Dean's thing was, how about you reframe it so you don't use words like overwhelm? And so while I was up on stage, and it's like, because you're sitting up on stage, so you can see the teleprompters, everything. And I'm reading my question and it says, I'm like, overwhelm is now an opportunity to learn how to fail faster and to be more successful quickly. So I created a new association. So while up on stage, Dean was just like, use different words or use better words. And so my thing was to change overwhelm into opportunity to fail faster, because one of the themes of the event was AI allows you to fail faster and it doesn't cost you anything, or it costs you very little other than your time. And so that was what I was up on stage for, is because I asked a question. I submitted the question. They chose my question. I talked about mom being a large percentage of my time right now and how AI has managed to help me get a little more organized and more effective with my time, because, taking somewhere close to 4 hours every day out of your day for caregiving is a lot. And so it was kind of a blur, hence the reason I was watching the replay, which I didn't finish watching the rest of the replay.
You have to catch up with your own life.
Yeah. It's sort of funny. And then, yeah. So anyway, so that's why I was up on stage. That's it. And until I watched the rest of the replay, I'm like, I don't know if there was more than that, but that's the part that I remember. So
as you were telling that, I was imagining spotlights sweeping the crowd until they found you, sort of thing. But that was great that you uttered something, and the dean was able to zero in on where you were, sort of thing. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Can you imagine if you hadn't gotten up?
Exactly.
How horrified you would have been to find out in the aftermath. Wow.
Yes. And it's just like there were so many amazing things that happened. It's just like the being up on stage was great on day 1 or day 2. I got the microphone to ask another question, which I don't remember which it was. And then on Monday when we returned, we have an online community, and I got called out there as well. And so it's been a lot of stuff, and very encouraging stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. And to be acknowledged at all, let alone several times like that over the course, that's awesome.
Yeah. Let's see. I don't know if I can play this. I don't know if I'll get dinged. It's so in because like Tony Robbins stuff, if you play it, you'll get dinged pretty fast and you'll get taken down. But I don't know if Dean Graziosi is as much. So there is on Monday, there's this thing that Dean does in our community called Motivational Monday. And in the AI community, there's a winner of each week. And so on Monday, I was the winner of the week. And so I have this little video clip where Dean Graziosi says, "Be like Brooke." And so I just think I don't know. I think it's fun.
I think you should most definitely clip that, depending on the length, make it into a short or a quick video, or give us some narration, like curate the clip for us. I think that'd be rad.
Yeah, well, I have it, but like I said, I'm not sure if I play it for y'all, if it'll bring the stream down or not.
Well, your choice in the moment, but I know that we would all like to see that eventually, if not right now. So
Yeah.
You're on the hot seat again, now or later.
All right, hold on. Let me see.
Stay engaged. Be like Brooke. Help other people. When you give, you get so much back.
Did that work? I don't even know.
Yeah.
Okay, because I'm like, did the audio play? So yeah, that was I mean, that's the clip, right? Is Be Like Brooke. Because he was just talking about how in the community, I keep encouraging other people, and I had 33 posts where I was helping people out, and that's why I got called out for that one.
33 posts to date, and nearly every week, with the exception of very, very few throughout the year. Yeah, absolutely. Check this out. You got some inspiration happening out there in the crowd. Karen Gomez saying, "Be like Brooke," a new life motto. And you have been the positive subject of conversation in several different live chats I was in over the past week. When your name comes up, positive things are said, Brooke. So there you go.
Good. Well, we don't have to tell anyone about the negative things that are said about us. It's always better that way.
Agreed.
But I would also say be like Taryn. One of, for those of you who haven't watched much of her on Facebook, I definitely think one of the nicest things Taryn put out there is like when she's talking to people and encourage them is that whole give your future self the gift of working now. And I mean, I've talked about this before, but she just had this thing. It's all right, Surya fan. We'll still let you in, even if you're late. But Taryn's thing of if I buy a bag of onions and I take the extra time to chop them up and freeze them all at that one time, I'm giving myself the additional gift of more time later. So yeah, be like Taryn too.
And maybe fewer tears overall from those onions.
Oh, there's that. Yeah, only one time having to wipe all the cold water off of your face from all of the tears of the onions. Although to be fair, certain onions are not so bad. Ooh, and did y'all know a very sharp knife helps reduce the amount of tearing from onion cutting?
Facts. We get cooking tips on this program too. Check it out.
I know. Chasing Ghosts. Tara might have something to say about that. She may already know that, I bet. I'd be willing to bet. So, and fewer dishes. Ooh, see, there's so many upsides to giving yourself future benefits. Oh, all right. Sorry, I'm laughing at I should learn guitar. Yeah, everything that's worthwhile takes a lot of time. It's why we're so amazed when we see folks that have like gold medals and stuff. It's just like in my classroom, that 3,000, 10,000 reps is what it takes to create a new skill. And it's super important to understand the reason we look at people who are good at stuff and are like, ooh, ah, is because deep down, we know it took a long time to get that good. Nobody just picks up a guitar and can play it. No one starts singing and can just sing. Well, all right, very few people. I have a roommate from high school, but other than that, but yeah. So I always thought that it was run cold water over the knife viewer thing. I didn't know it was run water over the onions. So, well, DJ, I think we've come up with all sorts of helpful things today. What say you?
Try the tips regarding the chilling the blade and the onion with water. I imagine it's the chilling thing effect that's there. Maybe it's to cut down on how much is released when you're slicing into it. I did know about the sharp knife thing. I did not know about Jamie's suggestion about running water over the onions with no problem. I would definitely have to try that.
All right. I officially cannot stay sideways for an entire half an hour. That's too brutal. So anyway, here we go. Hopefully it's not too Blair Witch-ish. So, all right. So yeah, there's still more to report, I am sure, from the last 2 weeks that I haven't seen your lovely smiling faces. But those are kind of the highlights. Let's see. Made it through the craziness of forgetting to take my IDs from the hotel, switching planes, still got home. Everybody loved the party. And yeah, I may be crazy, but there is some possibility that I could get exposed to 500,000 people within the next 6 months. So I get my head down and get stuff going. So yeah, it's an exciting time in my life. So
with a whole lot of successes happening, that's like the most awesome thing of the spiel that I'm hearing tonight. Like the adversity that you met, you conquered. The stresses that you had, smoothed out. The heat that you felt cooled off, then heated up, then cooled off, then heated up, then cooled off. The party came off with the assistance of children that you hope you have raised to the point where they can assume the responsibilities in your absence, kind of thing. Like that's a whole lot of good news.
Oh yeah, and my aunt was here to help take care of my mom while I was away. So many benefits, like such an amazing life. And so blessed in so many ways. So it's like when stuff doesn't go according to plan, to be able to roll with it is it's a beautiful thing. So,
agree.
All right. Hey, Tread, how are you? Been a minute? I know. Time. It's so weird. All right, Jamie, how long has it been? Like Dead Zero. Oh, that's only like 2-3 months ago, but it feels like a year ago already. But, all right, sir. I think we're ready to be done. Any lingering thoughts? I think that I have to look to figure out if I want to do the Clint thing next week or possibly in August. I'm not sure.
You should just surprise us.
Surprise you. I don't have to decide right now.
No, ma'am.
Get my life a little bit back to organization-ish. It's the moo. So anyway. All right, sir. I'm going to let you do your thing. I'm going to be quiet now.
Right on. Thanks, Brooke. Tonight we were joined by Chris Bulldog, Chasing Ghosts, G23 Reviews, Mike Ballinger, Taryn Gomez, Viejo 2A, Gizzard Gary, Krabby Turtle, Abigail Sorsha Finnegan, Jamie JH586, Ricky Baird. Sorry, Fan 93 was in the room, so was Tread ZX and 2 Live Moo tagged in at the end. Thank you for coming out this week, everybody. I feel like I am the one who's in a room full of achievers, and I know that all of you will be able to accomplish great things. Maybe not every day, but those successes are in your future. Don't be overwhelmed and seek out those opportunities and find the happiness that you can create in your own life and in the lives of others. Until we see each other again, be safe, have fun, take care of yourself and your crew, and always, always rock.